Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually on the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research. Try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have an update for you, and this is update for this bad boy, and this is luxury bunch of flower eau de parfum 100 ml. On the box doesn't say anywhere that is Khalis, but when I bought it the seller was selling it as Khalis, and also some other places which they are selling it they're saying for is from Khalis, so I just take the word for it. Let me see, in the bottom does it say that? There was so much information in the bottom, but it doesn't say Khalis. Made in United Arab Emirates, eau de parfum 100 ml, blah 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 blah. Anyway, so this one in United Kingdom you can find it under £20. It's readily available, you can easily find it. In other countries you have to do your research and see if it's available, and if it is, how much. So first thing first, let me tell you the performance. The performance is moderate to good. On my skin went up to 6 hours, and on t-shirt it goes up to 8 hours. So I would say in terms of longevity, 6 to 8 hours. In terms of projection, you're getting one arm length of around an hour to an hour and a half, and then slowly will subside, and you always have a small bubble, a small cloud and a trail for this, which is not bad. But for eau de parfum it was performing a little bit less. I don't know, maybe it's a new bottle, it needs to sit and get stronger, maybe. But I have it in front of me and I tested it, and this is the result I got. So 6 to 8 hours, 6 hours on the skin, 8 hours on the t-shirt, 1 to 1.5 hours of projection, an arm length of projection, and that's the story of the performance. So moderate to good. In terms of the who's it for, this is definitely not for everybody. Yes, there's a big caveat with this one, and that is not for everybody. This is for particular people. Who is this particular people? I'll let you know. I would let you in a minute. So age, I would say 25 easily and up, maybe even 30 and up, because it is quite mature and it is quite the perfume is in a way that I don't think a young nose will appreciate it. In terms of season, definitely all year round. You can use it winter, summer, anytime, but you have to control the trigger. In summer less, in winter more. I put 5 sprays on me, and it was ample enough for me to smell it. But if you want to go outside and people smell you, you need to go up to 10 sprays of this. So in terms of sex, this is definitely unisex. It's bang in the middle. In my first video I said it leans a little bit feminine, but actually later on it changes and it's become unisex. So it is 50-50. Men and women can wear it if you like this kind of fragrances. So who is it for? This one, let me read you the ingredients and then we take it from there. So the note breakdown I found, I'm not sure how accurate it is, but this is what I found. It's very minimalistic, it doesn't say much, but I will tell you in a minute anyway. So it says spicy notes, citrus notes, fig, lotus, vetiver, and earthy notes. So this is what it says. It's not helpful whatsoever. I get much more than what it says here. I get at least a few florals, as it says bunch of flower. I get lily of the valley, I get jasmine definitely, coronation yes, to some extent rose, but it's like a very floral. Overall this is a super floral fragrance, so you need to like your florals. But it's not that simple, because it's not just florals. As it says, there is a spicy tinge to it, and it's a cumin, and the cumin here giving it a little bit of animalicness. Citruses are very big in the beginning. I get bergamot, lemon and lime together, especially the lime. Lime is the biggest player here. And the fig is very, very big as well. From beginning to the mid, fig is one of the biggest player, and you can distinctly smell it. If you like fig, this is very, very, very well done. But I will tell you in a minute. Lotus here giving it that watery feel, so that watery aspect, that like a waterfall aspect. It's a fresh water smell to it, and that is come from the lotus. Lotus is again, the flower is a water lily or lotus, and it not only giving it a watery aspect, but lotus itself has got a very distinctive smell. It smells almost like bamboo, and you can get it here as well. So you can get some bamboo smell which is coming from the lotus. Vetiver obviously giving it that grassy, earthy feel, and it says earthy notes, which again, it could be patchouli. I smell something like patchouli, but I smell something like labdanum. The reason is because I get a little bit of smokiness in here from especially after 10-15 minutes. Suddenly the smokiness comes up and it gets stronger up to mid. So the smokiness is there, and it's coming from something like a labdanum or maybe galbanum in here. And that's why you have this dark bottle. The dark bottle reflects the smoky aspect and also the earthy aspect of it, and it reflects the what do you call it, the animalicness of it as well. So overall, this is not a super animalic, but it is quite animalic. I'm not sure where is that come from. There's not in the note breakdown here. It's nothing to giving it that animalic feel. There's no oud in here. I can't smell oud. I smell something like musk, but the musk here is a little bit on the animalicness. So it could be a combination of vetiver, because vetiver, there are many varieties of vetiver. There are some vetiver that they give you smoky, and they give you a little bit of animalicness as well. They call them the red vetiver. The vetiver is it comes in many varieties and many in spectrum, and also is from different country. They have a different smell profile. So it could be that they utilize red vetiver in here. Red vetiver is got again very distinctive feel, which is quite animalic, as well as being grassy and earthy. It gives you a feel of incense as well, which is apparent in here. Again, I get something like an incense in here as well, because that smoky aspect of it. So again, in the note breakdown, it doesn't say that, but I definitely get those aspects. So the overall, super floral, yes. After floral is the spicy tinge. After spicy tinge is the fig. The fig is quite big, especially from beginning to the mid. From mid to the end, it becomes very mellow. That animalicness toned down, and it becomes almost woody. But again, I guess that red vetiver making it quite woody at the end as well. It never loses that leafy, green, grassy aspect of it. It's very grassy and green as well. And also the citruses are very big in the beginning. I would say for first hour or so, the citrus is huge, and then after that slowly will subside. Especially the lime. The lime is the biggest player in the beginning. So overall, it's done well, smells good. The only thing is, it's not for everybody. One of my subscribers his name is Paul. He asked me, does it smell anything similar to Fleur de Mal, which is by Jean-Paul Gaultier. It's a white bottle. It's discontinued many years ago, and it's got many cult following. So many people loved it, and it was one of those polarizing scents that many people loved it and many people couldn't stand it. But those people who loved it, they basically worship that fragrance, but it's discontinued. It's impossible to find. Even if you find it, it's very expensive. Unfortunately, I never smelled that fragrance, although I love to smell that, because it sounds like something that I like. The only thing is how close this one to it. I looked at the note breakdown of Fleur de Mal by Jean-Paul Gaultier, and they're almost they share so many similarities. So especially the florals. The florals here are quite similar note breakdown to that one. So I'm not sure how close they are, or are they trying to do it? I don't know, because I never smelled that fragrance. But if this smells similar to that, that one is very, very nice. So overall, yes, you have to like your first and foremost florals, because this is huge on the florals. And also it gets less of animalic, you need to like that. You need to like your watery aspect, which is coming from lotus and that bamboo smell. Very green, very grassy, very quite earthy, quite leafy. Little bit of camphorous as well, spicy tinge to it, and the spice here is cumin, and the cumin giving it a little bit, again, the combination of cumin and vetiver and something like labdanum or galbanum in here, because it's got a smoky aspect to it. It might give it that animalic aspect. I smell something like musk in the background as well, which could be that animalic musk. But overall, it's not a super animalic, but it is animalic. Especially if your nose is sensitive to animalicness, you will pick it up easy. I enjoyed it thoroughly. This is one of the things one of my subscribers wrote to me. He says, look, Naz, I love your channel, but you always say this is nice. Guys, I cannot lie. If I like something, should I say I don't like it and I just criticize it for the sake of it? I'm a happy camper. I love so many fragrances. I love so many genres. I love so many notes. There are a few things I don't like, but I don't buy them. I don't get them. So when I do my research to buy these things, to bring them to your attention and review them, I buy something that I like. I do my research that at least the likelihood of it that I like is there. So if you want me to be negative for just sake of negative, that be dishonest. I cannot just lie and say, okay, this is rubbish, guys, just chuck it in the bin, that's the end of this, because it's no good to me. It's good to me. I enjoyed it, although it's quite strange. So this one is a little bit on the strange side, not much, little bit. And also a little bit, as I said, it's animalic, smoky aspect to it, very, very floral, but the floral is done in a way that is like it's floral, but there are aspects that the florals just basically the softness comes down and then it gets a little bit rugged, and that's why I said this is bang in the middle, 50-50, men and women can wear it. So overall, if you like what I described, if you want to go blind buy, you can risk it. You see, that's another thing, I never ever in my 800 videos never say go and blind buy something, because I always say we all have different skin, different lifestyle, different background, different cultural upbringing, different skin, different climate, and so on and so forth. So these things always have an effect on what you as an individual like or you dislike. Me, I'm passionate about these things behind me. I love almost every smell, and when I buy something, I buy it that I know the likelihood of it I like. So I cannot just lie for the sake of just you guys thinking, oh, okay, at least he doesn't like this, or I can't. If one day I buy something and I don't like, I would, for example, there was one. Which one was it? Banderas, the blue bottle, Blue Seduction by Banderas, Antonio Banderas. That one was a tragedy. That one was ridiculously stupid and doesn't smell good. It was smelling cheap. It was smelling almost nasty to me, at least for me, for my taste. But that was just one in so many, because again, I don't buy fragrances that to just sit down and criticize. I buy something because I'm spending my own money on these things, okay? I'm a working man like yourselves, like many of you. I work hard for what I earn. I work 10 to 12 hours a day, and when I have little bit of time, I come and bring these things to your attention, because I love this this endeavor, this hobby, or whatever you want to call it, it is stupid in many ways. Some days I sit down and say, what the hell I'm doing, you know? When I look at these things and I think, why I wasted so much money on these things? Yes, I get depressed sometimes. I look at these things and I spend thousands of pounds and I get depressed and I say, this is so stupid. But overall, this is one of the things I like. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go gambling, I don't chase ladies, I don't do these things. So this is one of the things I enjoy in life, okay? There are very few things that left for me to enjoy because, I got 3 kids and a wife, and, I have a big responsibility. I have to look after them first, but I cannot just sit here and bash something that just for the sake of it. If I don't like it, I will tell you, by the way, if I don't like something, you might like it. That Antonio Banderas Blue Seduction, when I basically bashed it on that video because I don't like it, genuinely couldn't stand it, didn't like it. Many people wrote to me, Naz, this is one of the best perfumes we have. You see, it's not my taste, but it's their taste, okay? And vice versa. This one might be my taste because I like it, but it might not be for you. And that's why you need to know what you like and what you don't like. I cannot sit down here and tell you you won't like this because I don't know what your taste is, okay? You're an individual, you are a human being, you are a very complicated person. And there are so many aspects in your life having an effect on one thing that you like or you dislike, the fragrance or perfumes and things like that, okay? So these things I'll do it because I'm passionate about it first, because I like what I'm doing, and also I'm a bit crazy, as you can see behind me. I buy too many fragrances, but then I thought, okay, I'll bring them to your attention, and if your taste is similar to me and you go and buy. By the way, there are so many people write to me and say, Naz, I went and bought this and it was fantastic, thank you very much, you see. And there are some people wrote to me and it says, Naz, I went and bought it and it's disgusting, or my skin smelled like a cat pissed on me or something like that. You know what I mean? So because we are all having different taste. Like a few days ago, I reviewed that Hamidi, the Intense, Hamidi Addicted Intense. Many people wrote to me and said, wow, this is fantastic. 1 or 2 people wrote to me and said, Naz, this smells like a piss cat, or I don't know, dog poo or something. You know what I mean? Okay, I don't know what your taste is. I can tell you what I like. I can describe it to you. I can do my best to describe it to you, although this is very, very difficult. And then at the end of the day, it's your decision to go and buy it or not to buy it, completely ignore it, yeah? So it's your decision as an adult, as a responsible person, to know if you're buying something. That is your responsibility at the end of the day, same as mine. Look at behind me, yeah? I bought these things with my own money, thousands and thousands of pounds, but it's my responsibility. I don't blame you, or I don't blame that reviewer or that reviewer. Come on, guys, it's just common sense, okay? Anyway, so thank you very much for joining me. Pardon my outburst. Sometimes, I'm a human being. I get depressed as well, okay? Thank you very much. If you like what I do, don't forget to hit those buttons. If you have any opinion, put it down there. Tell me where I'm going wrong or where I'm going right. I love to hear your opinion. At the end of the day, we all have different experience in life and we can help each other, okay? Thank you very much. If you want to buy one of my own fragrances, I'll leave them in there as well. And I see you later. Bye.